you. Their contact, their name and contact information goes on the list. If you're like me, a lot of people you email that you don't necessarily have in your phone, vice versa. So all contacts in your phone, all the contacts in your address book online, all the contacts in your email inbox. Just go through and scan who received emails from, actual human beings, who you've sent emails to, actual human beings, and write their names down. If you have their phone number, get their email. You can use the email to get their phone number. If you only have their phone number, use their phone number to get their email, right? So that's step one and step two. Step three is every single contact in your social media. If they are a friend, they go on the list. They go on this list if they're a friend. Everyone. If they're not a distributor, they go on the list. 100%. Every single friend. We're not there yet. I understand, but I'm doing the points underneath the step one. Yeah. So anyway, sorry. We're still on step one. Everybody in your phone. Everybody in your email. Everybody on social. Okay? Everybody on social goes on the list. If they're a follower, they go on the list. If they're a friend, they go on the list. If you're connected on Twitter, they go on the list. If you're connected on Snapchat, if you're connected on Instagram, everybody, they go on the list. Got it? Now this could take some work. And I want you to use this memory jogger to think of people you might have missed. And if you'll see in here, there's all these categories. It's something like 90 categories or something like that. Members of your own family, mother and father, grandparents, children, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews, cousins, all of them go on the list. Everyone. List you already have: current address book, online contact manager, email address list, cell phone contacts, holiday cards list, wedding invitation list, child birthday invitation list, business card list. They all go on the list. They all go inside of this active candidate list. Your closest friends you associate with regularly, friends and neighbors, people you work with, church members, they all go on the list. Hobby friends, hobby buddies, camping friends, dancing class friends, drawing class friends, fantasy football league friends, fishing friends, hunting friends, karate class buddies, singing class, sculpting, woodwork.
So what is he doing? He's telling us there's something they call memory jogger. Later, I'll send it to our various WhatsApp groups. So he's giving us lists of names of people, because many of us, like, I don't have friends. He's giving us lists as in possible places where we have contacts we are not aware of. So he's helping us give us lists on how to do the comprehensive list.
Workout. People who you play with: bowling, football, golf, racquetball, tennis, volleyball. Think of all these areas. Write their names down. Those you do business with. Who does work on your car? Who's your accountant? Who's your banker? Who's your babysitter, childcare provider, or does it for somebody else? Who's your dentist? Who's your doctor? Who's your dry cleaner, your grocer, gas station attendant, hairstylist, housekeeper, insurance agent, lawyer, merchant, pharmacist, real estate agent, travel agent? Use that. This is all in the memory jogger download, by the way. Who's your architect? Who's association member? Bus driver, butcher, baker, computer tech, children's friends, parents, chiropractor, club members, delivery person, FedEx or UPS driver, fireman, florist, jeweler, leasing agent, mailman, minister, pastor or their wives, pet groomer, photographer, police officer, property manager, sports teams members, your kids' teammates too and their parents, tailor, veterinarian, waitress, waiter, your favorite, water supplier, those associated with in the past, former coaches, former coworkers, former roommates, former teacher, former people in your hometown, previous neighbors, military cohorts, co-workers, schoolmates. Who's your boss? Who sold you your air conditioner, your boat, your business cards, your camper, your car, your truck, your computer, your cell phone, your dishwasher, your laundry machine, equipment or supplies, fishing license, furniture, glasses, contacts, house, hunting license, refrigerator, tires or auto parts, TV or stereo, vacuum cleaner or wedding items. See where I'm going? This is work. This is deep. This is not just like wave a magic wand and have everything. Your fingers are going to be tired. You're going to go through some pens. Now, who are individuals, who do you know that are currently looking for a part-time job? Who's ambitious? Who's enthusiastic? Who's entrepreneurial? Who's a caring person? Who's a champion? Who's friendly? Who's a fundraiser? Who's involved in all the charities? Just going through this, is it starting to jog some of your mind? It's, oh, wow, I forgot about that person. Empty your mind out on paper.
You see, that is a memory jogger, helping you to remember the kind of people you should be writing down on your list. Very, very important.
Right? Don't trust your memory. Pale ink is better than the bad memory. Who's a natural leader? Who's organized? Positive thinking, self-motivated. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. And then we have all the professions. Who do you know who's an accountant, actor, advertiser, Air Force officer, architect, airline, alarm systems agent, Army officer, acupuncturist? That's just it. I'll give you the B's: baker, banking professional, barber, baseball player, basketball player, beauty salon worker, broker, builder. That's B. Let me see if there's any Z's. No Z's. Xylophone operator. Zoologist. There's got to be a zoologist. We got in the V's: valet attendant, veteran, volunteer. W's: waiter, waitress, web designer, right? Y: yoga instructor. And then who do you know that lives in a different city than you? And then we list all the states in the United States. We list all the countries. Do you know anybody that lives in Australia? Write them down. Do you know anybody who lives in the Bahamas? Write them down. You know anybody that lives in Bolivia? Write them down. Brazil, Canada, China, Costa Rica. What do you know? Write them down. Germany, Greece, Greenland, unemployed in Greenland. Anybody remember that? Princess Bride. Inconceivable. So Hong Kong, I mean, it goes on and on and on. Every country in the world is listed here. So can you see the work that is ahead of you to start doing this? Every person on your phone, everybody in email, everybody on social media. And then I want you to go inside the catacombs of your mind and literally go through every single step of that memory jogger list to think of, who am I leaving out? I want you to add them to the list. Okay, don't worry about what you're going to do with them yet. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Okay, skill 2. Now step 2. List everybody your contacts are associated with.
So you
Who
got
did
number
they know?
1. Hope we got number 1. Number 1 is list everyone, list every active and build an active and comprehensive list. He just gave us a memory jogger, how we can build it. That memory jogger, I'll send it for us later so that we can go through it. Number 2, now he said list everyone your contacts are connected to, all the people you know. Try and list the people, dates you know. You can even meet them for referrals, like give them a form, tell them there's a project you're working on. Though we are going to learn it, how to prospect to people, making them feel in a way that you know that this project is not for them, but can they recommend people that will need this project? So all these are things we break down bit by bit.
Pull up every single friend on social and look at their friends and see if they know that you might know. I mean, if you want to go crazy with this, let's say you have 500 friends, okay? And you can go crazy this way. If you have 500 friends and on social, and you write down all 5, and you go into your social media and you go click on your friend's profile, which you can do. And do we know how, can you Google search, what's the average number of friends a person has on Facebook? That'd be interesting. Huh? Okay. Yeah, I'm just curious. Let's just assume for a second The average is 200 people. I think it's probably more than that.
Average
But
on
let's say you have
Facebook is
500.
5,000.
338, let's use the actual number. Nice work. So you got 500 friends. Each of them have 338 friends, average. That's 169,000 people that you can reach. Because if you're friends with them and they're friends with somebody else, you have one point of connection to be able to say, hey, I see you're friends with so-and-so. I thought we might have something in common, so I thought I'd say hello. Would that be hard or easy? Be pretty easy. So if you got 500, you have the ability to reach 169,000. 169,000. Now that's a lot of writing. 169,000 people, but that's 1 degree of separation, right? You're connected through somebody else, and you have a way to introduce yourself because of that common third person. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I want you to think about here is find out, you can go to every single one, social media make it easy for you, find out who their friends are, and you can reach out, connect with those people. And also in step 2 here, I want you to be thinking about people who have like interests and passions that you do. Let's say you're really into Jim Rohn. Here's my Leading an Inspired Life book by Jim Rohn. One of my prized possessions, this book. Want to see something cool? Look at this. I'll read it to you. It said, Eric, thank you for the friendship all these years. Friendship wealth. You make me a rich man. Jim Rohn. Cool. Let's say you're a big fan of Jim Rohn. How many Jim Rohn groups are there? How many like-minded people can you find inside of Jim Rohn's fan page? That
You see, he's trying to teach us how to reach out to the contact of people we know. Remember, the first step is to build a comprehensive list, writing down all our contacts. The second step is writing down contact of the people we already know. And he's giving us an example. For example, if you're on Facebook and for example, who is well known in okay, maybe now you are following Pastor Samuel Adeyemi. Now, if you go to Pastor Samuel Adeyemi's fan page, all of you know that a lot of personality and celebrity elites, they have their fan page. When you go there, try and make friends with people that are already his friends. That's the contact. You see, with this, trust me, guys, you can never run out of contact. As in, you find out that there's abundance and you can't exhaust contact. So he said, all those people we know, we should tag them, like them, then get to know their own friends and add them. And remember, the only way you get to know their friends and add them, even while you're adding them to the list, you have to build what? Relationship. You have to build rapport with them. You have to become friends with them before you can pitch in your business.
good friend out. How many people are quoting Jim Rohn? If you just use the hashtag Rohn and just found those people and say, hey, I see you like Rohn too. Me too. Maybe we should be friends, and connect with them. So let's say if it's that, that's fine. Let's say you're really into yoga. Can you find other people who are into yoga and connect and be friends with them? Let's say you're into old classic muscle cars. Could you find people who are interested in the same thing as you? And you don't even have to work on what you're going to say to each other. You could just find ways to bring value and have a fun relationship. So what I want you to do, here's your assignment. As part of this, I want you to list 10 things that you're interested in. 10 passions. Is it a sports team? Is it a hobby? Is it an activity? What is it? Is it travel? Travel where? List 10 things that you're passionate about, and then go find your people. Go find your people who are equally passionate about the things that you're passionate about. You won't have to worry about finding something to talk about. It'll be easy. Okay. So list the people that your contacts are connected with. Go to social media, find out the people that they know, find out who those people are, and then find a way to connect with them, and also list 10 passions. And all you have to do is go search for the groups and search for communities that are likewise connected to those passions. Step three. This isn't just a one and done thing. You can't just write it down and it's over. This is a living, breathing thing. Now you got to decide if you want to do this slow and steady as a race, or if you want to do this hardcore. I'd suggest at least for this season to go hardcore, and then you could slow down to a regular pace. Let me give you the regular pace that worked for me. Because a person told me something, said, Eric, can you add 2 people to your list every day? I'm like, well, yeah, I could probably do that. If you just raise your awareness, you can add 2 people a day. If you just raise your awareness, you'll find a way to connect 2 people a day. Now, we're in a unique period of time right now, but people are walking around, moving around in daily life. It's easy to find those. People are sitting at home. Guess where we find them? Social media, online, 2 a day. Here's what I decided to do at age 25. I decided I was going to add 2 people a day, every single day, forever. Every day I woke up and I wasn't going to go to sleep until I added 2 people to it. I introduced myself to that person, somehow got their contact information, whatever. Or I went to my friend's friends, whatever. And I made sure that I had added people a day. Because if you do that, that's about 700 people a year. It's about 3,500 people in 5 years. It's 7,000 people in 10 years. 7,000, not even including the people that you know. You know what's the crazy thing? I got to give you one statistic that's mind-boggling to me. Or it's not mind-boggling to now, but it was mind-boggling when I first heard it. Take the top earners in network. What percentage of the people that they personally recruited did they know the day they joined their company? Okay? What percentage of the people they personally recruited do you think they knew the day they joined their company? The answer, on average, less than 5%. Less than 5% of their success came from people they knew. 95% plus came from people they met after. You know why? Because they collect friends. You know why? Because they're constantly keeping their awareness up. They're constantly adding to their active candidate list. They're constantly treating it like a profession. This is their warehouse. You understand? They don't let their warehouse get empty. This is their warehouse. This wealth for the people that they put in this list, as well as wealth and success for themselves. And
guys, did you get what he said? He said the secret to successful people is that 90% of the people they know offers them less than 5% success in their business. Guys, listen, 90% of people they know, and they know them, that's their one market, offers them less than 5% success in their business. But 90% of people they don't know. Okay, he said 5% of people they don't know offers them 90% success. What's he trying to say? He's trying to tell us that the people we know will not offer us more success, that our success will be seen in the people we don't know. The people you don't know are those that will make you successful in business. Guys, check it out. Check it out. Let me use myself for an example. I started this business 2017. People I know, my family, friends, the only people that joined me in this business among my friends are just 2. In fact, 1 when I started, only 1 friend when I started. Last year, a second friend joined. My family members, I'm coming from a family of 9. Only 2 joined that first time, recently, later, my parents joined. I'm the one that registered them, so automatically I'm the one that made them. But I'm talking about people that joined. People like, no, this is my 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. This is 2020. This is my 5th year in this business. In 4 years of me building my business, only 4 people from people I know joined my business. Guys, guess what? They offered me less than 1% success. My success today is as a result of 98% of people I don't know. And guys, I've built a team of 5,000. Some of us, we are business people here now. Come on. Let me don't just use myself as an example. How many of you are businessmen here? Raise your hand. If you know you're a businessman here, raise your hand. I'm not talking about being an employee. If you know you're here, you're a business person, meaning you have a business you're running. Or even if you're an employee, you should know how your company runs their business. Even if you're an employee, you know the customers, the people that patronize the products or the services of your company. It could be in a bank, it could be in an industry. Guys, in the bank, they send marketers to go and meet people they don't know and get them to come and open accounts. Even in your industry, there is a marketing department that go out to publicize. The people that patronize you so much are people you don't know. So the truth is this. The truth is this. 95% of your success will come from 95% of people you don't know. If you agree with me, go to the chat box and type 1. Yes, if you agree with me, go to the chat box and type 1. Go to the chat box and type 1. Some of us, it could be 5%. If it's 5%, wonderful. It means you have quality contacts. Now, don't get me wrong. It mustn't be less than 5% for all of us. Some of us have quality and credible contacts. Yes, some of us have quality and credible contacts. So the people you know may give you like 5% or 10%. But trust me, 90% of your success, if you are very serious in your business and you want to drive your business crazy, is from people you don't know. So let's finish up.
Their families. Whether they're doing this to be able to take care of themselves, which is fine, by the way, or they're doing this to take care of other people. This is the wealth. This thing goes dry, so is your business. You got to be a pro here. You got to decide that you're going to go after it. So 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day. Right now I've given you a lot of homework already. And some of you are like, oh, when am I have time to do this? You got plenty of time. Just start. And for now, you might be adding 100 people a day to your list just from your phone and your email, your social media. You got 100, and then your arm gets tired. You got to do it again tomorrow. I'm going to do another 100. Your arm gets tired. You got to do it again tomorrow. And then the friends of your friends, oh my God. Then my arm gets tired. You got to do it again tomorrow. I got to give you one tip before I keep moving. Well, first of all, let me finish the thought. Add as many as you can from your existing contacts and from your mind and from your friends' friends and all that stuff, as many as you can a day right now. Once that is relatively complete, I would suggest during this season to be adding 10 people a day. 10 people who have same passion as you, 10 people who have like-minded as you, 10 people.
So he's talking about expanding our list. He said every day, daily expand your list. He said every day, add at least 2 to 10 persons. Minimum people you should add on your prospect list per day is 2. Don't go to bed without, see guys, write down your goals, your daily goals. Don't go to bed without achieving at least 80% of your goals, your to-do list. You don't deserve to sleep. Stephen Covey made us understand that sleep is a thief of our dream and our destiny. Now let's expand our list. Daily, ensure that you add at least 2 to 10 persons to your list every day. Personally, this morning, as I'm speaking to you, I've added 14 people to my list. Yesterday, I had about 30 persons to my list. Guys, I'm crazy. I know my goal. Before today ends, now I'm going to add at least more than 10 persons to my list. I told you that there's a project I'm going to Ocean State for on Saturday. I'll be leaving on Friday. I'm crazy. So one thing I want each and every one of us to know is that as you are being active, learning and acting on what you're learning, before this first quarter, before March, you should be talking about earning between 100 to 500,000. It's possible. And that's my goal with each and every one of you. Before the end of March, each and every one of you listening to me here, because I'm being intentional, taking my time, step by step, working with you and growing with you. So that's the goal. Before this month, before the month of March end, all of you here should have earned between 100 to 500,000. That's my goal for you. So you have to agree and align yourself with the goal. And let's work together. If you're sitting down after learning, you just stay on your own without reaching out, acting and being active with an income generating activity, working hand in hand with me. Trust me, you won't achieve it. I've achieved it. And that's what I want to show you. See, guys, it took me 4 years to earn over 30 million naira in this business. My first and second year, I did not smell 3 million. My first 2 years in this business, I did not smell 3 million. But guys, look at it. Look at the interesting part. What took me 4 years to achieve will not take you 4 years if you're ready to work with me hand in hand. Because the mistakes I've made, I will not allow you to make them. So what took me 4 years, if I work with you, it will take you 2 years to achieve. 2 to 3 years to achieve. In fact, guys, you guys may not know, I had to, right now, I'm on a training. They call it a boot camp training for 7 days. I paid 100,000. I sacrificed 100,000 for that training so that I can learn and shorten your journey to success. I'm not just learning that training. I went for that training because of you guys, because of my team members, because I want to shorten the journey of success for them. So I beg each and every one of us, all of us that are leaders, get your team members on board. Let's become intentional this year. What took me 4 years to achieve can take you 2 years to achieve. If you're ready to work hand in hand with me and eliminate and canceling all your excuses. Because if you keep giving excuses, trust me, you can't get there. You must be radical. You must pay the price. Will it be easy? No, there is pain. Since on Monday, I barely sleep 4 hours, 3 hours. In fact, the day before I didn't even sleep at all. My body was like breaking. Because all my time, my day is packed full. The only time I have a little time for myself is between the hours of 12 a.m. in the morning to 3 a.m. in the morning. Guys, I'm paying the price. I know later I'm going to reap the fruit. So please and please, I want us to make a decision to cancel all our excuses and become aggressive. After attending Millionaire School, I get to work one-on-one with us, get to tell us our next income generating activity. I won't be there to flog you. Have you done yours? Discipline yourself. Discipline yourself. I was discussing with someone this morning. The person said, the person is not part of our business. The person, a friend, he said he had to starve himself of social media for 2 days in order to focus on building his website. He only go there to important groups. Guys, let's finish this video.
Who have similar beliefs than you. You can find those people based upon your 10 passions that you listed. Find one new friend for each of those 10 passions before before you go to bed every night. Okay? And 10 a day, 10 a day, 10 a day, 10 a day, 10 a day. And now you're talking about huge numbers. Huge, huge, huge numbers. So now I got to think of what I was going to say before I sidetrack myself. I'll remember it in a second. Nope, it was there again. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving, and then as soon as I'm moving, then I'll remember again. Okay, I want you to think about people as not as a destination, but as a doorway. So many people change their thinking, and I'll tell you where I came up with this. Well, I'm going to share a quick tip from a Code Creating Mastery training on this topic, and then I'll come back in just a minute. I want you to think of prospect not as a destination, but a doorway. So if you bring in 200 people you put on a list, that's 200 doorways that you can open and explore, 200 worlds that you can step into, 200 groups of people that you can have a conversation with, 200. Now, if those 200 each have 200, now you have 40,000 doorways to be able to walk into, because rarely is the person you personally involve into business going to be the superstar. They're a doorway leading to somebody else, leading to somebody else, leading to somebody else until you find somebody hungry. And once you find somebody hungry, whether they're one generation or 40 generations deep, your mission, it becomes clear. All you have to do is give life to that hunger, give direction to that hunger, give assignments to that hunger, and everything else will take care of itself. So let go of the scarcity mentality. There's a million things you can do on social media, but with or without that, could you make a list of 200 people? Yes or no? Yes. Could you figure out those people's 200? Yes or no? Yes, that's 40,000 people to have a conversation. Do your best to get 40,000 to say no to you. You've got to be terrible. Think of the worst pitch ever. Call them up, say, hi, we've never met. Wouldn't want to be interested in a business, would you? Do that 40,000 times, you'll build business. As bad as that would be. Now, can we do better? Of course. But don't put so much weight on the 14 people you really want to join you. And you ignore 40,000 that are praying for an opportunity, just hoping that you show up. Got it? All right. So I move around because I want to see them guys, I want to like hang out. So all the people in VIP are like, this sucks, man. I'm just staring at an empty stage. Speaking of that, I'm going to go up and hang out with them. So skill number 1, finding prospects. How many people feel a little bit more empowered to find some prospects? Anything, if you're not feeling empowered, it's just getting beliefs. I was talking with a gentleman, I was doing an event in Austria, in an arena like this. Person raised his hand, he said, I just moved to Milan, Italy, and I don't know anyone. I want to build a business in Milan. He said, what do I do? And he looked like a sharp guy. I said, have you ever written a business plan in your life before? He said, well, plenty of them. How many people have ever written a business plan? I said, what if you wrote a business plan and the objective of the business plan was to find people to talk to in Milan? And he went, oh, I could do that. I said, okay, I want you to pull out all the stops. Tomorrow, I want you to come back. We had a multiple day event. I want you to come back. I want you to present your business plan to the rest of the room. He came back the next day. He said, I've got 15 strategies. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm putting all the influencers of the market together. I'm making all this stuff happen. I'm doing community work. I'm connecting with the charities. I've got it all figured out. See, it had nothing to do with his availability to get there. It had to do with his limiting beliefs. If you feel like you're not enough, if you feel like you can't do it, then you won't be able to. But if you come up with a creative way to solve the problem, it's going to get easy for you. Okay? So stop badgering the same 14 tired folks. It's true. We do badger a couple people over and over and over, and we can do better than that. Now, I remember what I was going to tell you, and it came from, I just needed to have a video clip so I could remember these things. This came from one of my mentors, my early mentors, one of the top earners the number one earner in the company that I was in. Remember when I went into that boardroom and I asked the question and I felt like an idiot because they were just so past my simple basic question. But the top earner pulled me aside. He said, he gave me some tips, the tips that I'm giving you as far as how to build a list. I said, yes, I get that, but what do I do now? I'm full time. I've got to have somebody to talk to now. He said, Eric, if you had to, could you move heaven and earth and sponsor one for the next 72 hours? I said, had to? Yeah, sure. He said, you didn't even need the training, would you? No, I would just be scrappy enough, hungry enough. I go walk around at the mall. I'll do something. I'll go door to door if I have to, whatever. But I can find a way to some people. He said, Eric, let me tell you one of the best groups of people that you can talk to is your new distributors prospects. Tell me what you mean. He said, well, if you work with that brand new distributor, they're going to be scared, right? Yeah. They're going to be nervous, right? Yep. They're going to be anxious, right? Yep. But you're confident when it comes to presenting opportunity, right? You just don't have enough people to talk to. Correct. Said, well, if they'll make a list of people, all they have to do is introduce those people to you. They'll be willing to do that because they want you to do the presentation, so they don't have to. All you got to do is encourage them to do their list and introduce you to them. And now you've got 200 prospects to talk to. I said, yes, but they're not my front line. He said, who cares? Really, is a frontline person going to be your superstar anyway? Who cares if it's level 2 or level 3? For some of you just went, oh my God, I have this existing team. I can go to all those people. If you're stuck, move heaven and earth, sponsor someone, or take that person that's currently in your group, instead of ignoring them, trying to do your personal recruiting, help them do some recruiting. They provide the people. You provide the presentation. All you got to do is teach them how to build a list where you're getting from this training, and then how to introduce you to the people on that list. They're going to be grateful because they're nervous as heck. And you're going to be grateful because you need fresh people to talk to that don't have preconceived ideas about you. Understand? So one of the best ways is your team members prospect. Keeps you active, keeps your business moving. Make sense? So back to recap here. Step 1, the comprehensive list. Step 2, list everyone, all your contacts, and who are they connected with. It's going to open up a whole new world. Step 3, constantly expand your list. Step 4. It looks like we're going to get our first training in and out. It's a pretty simple one, even though you got a lot of homework to do. I mean, you got your memory jogger, you got a lot of homework to do. And also, I would tell you, before I give you step 4 and 5, the course is available inside of GoPro Academy. It's detailed. It's got program transcriptions, a workbook, the whole thing. Sorry, wrong one. Where is it? There it is. Limitless. How to never run out of quality prospects. It's available inside of GoPro Academy. You all have access to it. If you want to go deeper, even further than this, it's going to give you an ocean. We already given you an ocean of hope. But if you want to go further, you can either rewatch what we're doing right now, or you can go watch this. Now, step number 4 is network on purpose. Network on purpose. Now, in our interesting times right now, depending on when you're watching this, it's a little more difficult to physically network on purpose. You can't go join go to a new church right now. You can't go join a new gym right this second. You can't go, connect with business owners in your local market, but you still can network purpose online. Find influential people, find quality people, find valuable people, connect into those groups. Now, here's the way the greatest networkers in the world do what they do. Their driving thought is, how can I bring value to this person? I want you, as a habit, if you see someone who has a need, try to think somebody else who can serve that need and connect with it. Person says, oh my gosh, I need these carpets cleaned. You know a carpet cleaner. You take a moment, connect those two without any agenda. If a person's looking for a person, they're looking for a resource, they're looking for a recommendation, do everything you can to network on purpose and bring value. Bring value. Don't keep score. Be known as that connector out there. Connectors have incredible power. Okay, so be a connector to people in need. If somebody's struggling with homeschooling their kids, and you know somebody else who's amazing at it, get 3 tips from that person amazing at it, and offer those tips up to the person who's struggling with it. Or if you know somebody's amazing, why not just go on Zoom and do a little interview with that person that's amazing and just provide it, post it up for everybody that's homeschooling so they get value from it. Why? Just to be a good neighbor, just to provide value. When you do that, your interest is going to grow dramatically. Okay? So step 1, build a comprehensive list. Step 2, list everyone your contacts are associated with. Step 3, constantly expand your list. Step 4, network on purpose. And step 5 is to break your groups down categories. And the way I would approach this is, oh, so you're not going to be done in 10 because that thing stopped. So it's all right, just leave it. Let's see. Got my clock timer on the floor. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It froze up on me. So I thought we were like really doing amazing time, but we'll wrap up. Separate your list into categories and I would do this maybe once a month. Out of your big overarching list, break down who are the 10 easiest customer prospects, easy you can think of, that need product, can afford your product, that will support you, whatever. Who's the 10 easiest? Who's the 10 easiest distributor prospects that you can go talk to right now? And then I would separate them into hot market, warm market, and cold market, because we're going to approach them differently. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. I'm going to teach you tomorrow how to approach your easiest customer prospects, your easiest distributor prospects. And then I want to talk about how to approach hot market. Hot market are people who know you very well, very close friends, family members. They love you, but they're not going to give you very much grace. So how do you approach people in your hot market where there's a lot of rejection typically found? I want to just list your hot market people. I'm going to give you a very specific script on how to approach hot market people. Warm market are people who you know, they know you. It's more of a peer level thing, casual friends, casual acquaintances, casual connections. Cold market are people you know of or they know of you, but you haven't made a personal connection. You might have cold market people that are friends on social media. You don't really know them, but you're friends with them, or they're friends of friends. So there's a different approach, hot market, warm market, and cold market, that we're going to talk about tomorrow. So maybe once a month, take your list, break it down into categories so you can focus, because this is going to turn into an ocean of content. Say, okay, who am I focusing on for the month of April? Who am I focusing on for the month of May? Who am I focusing on for the month of June? Make sense? All right. Look, I'm really excited to be able to work with you live over the course of these 7 days, or on replay if you're watching replay. I'm really proud of you for doing this, but now the work starts. You need to go to work. I want to see that you are doing the work, that you are making a physical, active candidate list, that you're emptying your mind out on paper. You're not prejudging anyone. You're giving every single person a chance, right? That you're getting creative. You're networking on purpose. You're thinking out of the box. You're going to the friends of friends. You're thinking about you can even have a separate book that's just for your team members' contacts, that you can have them help you with making introductions, so you talk with them about what it is that you have. So that's our lesson number 1. Hope you got value. That's skill number 1. Now, wherever you were rating yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, I hope you're at a higher level now than you were an hour ago. At least knowing what to do. This is work. This is a grind. This is no joke. I promise you, it's worth it. You put in the work, you fill your warehouse with inventory. And then you don't need to stress out. What happens when you have all these contacts is you're not so devastated when one person says no, because you have so many people to talk to. You have an ocean of people to talk to. Okay? So I'm excited for you in this process. Tomorrow we're going to go deep, and it's quite a bit longer than today. It's going to be probably approaching 2 hours tomorrow. which is inviting. This is the gateway skill. How do you get people to take a look? I thought they would want to take a look. I found out I was wrong. How do you get to take a look? Because it's the only way you can educate them as to what it is that we have. All right? So that's it for today. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, guys. Okay, so you heard what he said. The first skill, prospecting. He said is going to be work. You need to work hard. You need to master it. It's going to require work. You need to work to master it. Now, most of what he says, some of us may not understand it. And that's why next week, I'll break down. We have sections of breaking down everything he said. For some of us that have advanced in training, people like Engineer Henry, Reverend Benson, Apostle Jonathan, I know, Madam Aisha too, Grandma, you people have advanced, you can understand what he's saying. But next week, I'm going to break it down to remind us, and for those of us that are still new, so that we can have a full reminder. We can have a deep level understanding of what he just said. So that is it on prospecting. So now I want to unmute each and every one of us so that we can go into our income generating activity accountability. Okay, so I'll stop the record. So for those of us watching this record, make sure after watching, you get back to me immediately on your next line of action. Okay, so this is the end for the episode 2 on prospecting. Next week we'll continue with episode 3, because we need to grant, even if it means it takes us time to understand prospecting. Once you can understand prospecting, you can become a millionaire in this business without even knowing how to present. But I'm going to work with us to go through the 7 skills, understanding it in depth and practicalizing it. I'm going to be patient, and that's why I'm taking my time to work with us. Okay, so I'll be ending the record here so that we can go into our next line of discussion.